So, hello everyone. Today's presentation on indigenous groups in Mindanao, which is the Arm. Today, we'll be delivering into the fascinating world of the indigenous communities that call this region home. Mindanao, the southmost major part island in the Philippines, and the autonomous region in Muslim Mindanao, which is in short Arm, are not only known for their scenic beauty but also their rich cultural diversity, which includes a wide array of indigenous groups. Next slide is the indigenous groups overview. As we move to the next slide, let's take a closer look into the indigenous groups in Mindanao. The term Lumad collectively refers to the indigenous people of this region. These communities mainly inhabit an upland areas and bring forth the tapestry of languages, cultures, and traditions that enrich the cultural fabric of the Philippines. Next slide is the Lumad subgroups. Turning our attention to Lumad subgroups, we encounter the Manobo people, spread across the various provinces. The Manobo are known for their intricate weaving skills and sustainable agricultural practice that have sustained their communities and generations. Their vibrant traditions are a testament to their resilience and resourcefulness. Next, we have a Tiboli community, primarily found in South Cotabato and Sarangani provinces. These people are renowned for their tinalak cloth, a masterpiece that finds its origin in dreams. The Tiboli's artistic expressions are deeply tied to their spiritual beliefs and cultural heritage. So next slide is continue sa Lumad subgroups gyapon. Um, Continuing exploration of Lumad subgroups, we encounter the Sumalin people inhabiting the Zamboanga Peninsula and Misamis Occidental. So naa-part mo diri sa Misamis Occidental. So ako nakaadto pod gali ko sa Dris Bukid sa Osamis, which is ang Lingkuna. Naka-encounter po kog mga lumad dito sa bukid. They are skilled artisans in pottery and braceware creation, showcasing their craftsmanship that has been honed through generation. Lastly, we have Higanuon people residing in Misamis Oriental, Bukidnon, and Agusan del Sur. The Higanuon stands out the complex social structure and intricate rituals. These practices are a window into the deep of their spiritual beliefs and their strong sense of community. As we conclude this presentation, we've only scratched the surface of the captivating world and indigenous groups in the Arm. The rich tapestry of cultures and tradition which these communities serve as a reminder the importance of preserving the celebrating diversity. So next slide is the Lumad's cultural significance. So in this slide we'll dive into the profound cultural significance of the Lumad people. The Lumad community shares the unbreakable bond with their ancestral lands, which holds key to the identity and heritage. Rituals, dances, and music are not just for performances, they are integral components of their being. However, these traditions are faced in an uphill battle against modern challenges. Next is the indigenous rights and issues. As we move to the next slide, we shed the light on pressing issues faced in the Lumad and other indigenous groups. They often endure land displacement due to activities like mining, logging, and agriculture, which despite their way of life, access to education and healthcare remains limited, hindering their overall well-being. Yet, despite of the challenges, they stand united in advocating for their rights, striving for recognition and protection. Next slide is the cultural preservation efforts. Now, let's explore the remarkable efforts to preserve Lumad culture on the next slide. The Lumad people is taking charge of their heritage through community-led initiatives. They document and transmit their traditions to younger generations, ensuring the flame of their cultural continues to burn brightly. Cultural festival and events serve as vibrant platforms for promoting indigenous heritage like while collaborations with NGOs empower them with necessary tools for capacity building. Next slide is the government and indigenous relation. Transitioning to the next slide, this slide, we look to the evolving relation between Lumad and the government. Efforts have been made to include indigenous representation in local governance structures. However, achieving balance between autonomy and integration remains a challenge. Finding common ground is crucial to ensuring that the Lumad have a voice in decisions that affect their lives and the lands. So, next slide is the future prospects. As we progress to this slide, let's peer the future prospects of the Lumad people. Their unwavering advocacy for indigenous rights is expected to persist, fostering greater understanding and support from the wider society. The concept of the sustainable development and the respects cultural values and tradition will play vital role. Education will act as a bridge, nurturing cross-cultural understanding and appreciation. So on the next final slide is the conclusion. As we approach conclusion on this slide, it's evident that the Lumad and other indigenous groups in Mindanao Armm contribute the significance to our nation's cultural tapestry. The, the preservation and protection while collaborative efforts from all corners, recognizing their essential role in our national identity. We must stand unite to ensure the rich heritage continues to reach our collective story.